All teachers are looking for ways to make their lives less stressful and more enjoyable. So, in this video, I would love to give you 3 of my favorite tips that I got from some great teachers when I first started teaching, and they've helped me tremendously, and I hope they help you too. If this is the first time you've come to this channel, I appreciate you stopping by, and if you would love to see more content like this, anything related to teaching tips, learning management systems, all of that's right here. Hit the subscribe button, turn the notifications on so you don't miss anything that might just help you a little bit. But to the tips, I had a great college professor that told us about, psychology, and a lot of different things, not only adolescent psychology, but we talked a lot about just the psyche of teachers and different things and aspects of our career. And she said something great that I'll never forget. She told us that not everyone values a teacher. In fact, most people don't value teachers because they're so common. Everybody nowadays, except for maybe a few of the older generation, they've all had a teacher. And so it's common. It's like the McDonald's worker. Everybody sees them all the time, so they don't stand out like a heart surgeon or, something in that sort of field. Not to compare us with heart surgeons, they have way more pressure on them. But that being said, we have stressful lives as teachers. But I'll put the tweet up here. There's a guy named Dr. Brad Johnson. He's on Twitter, and he does so much. He does so much to try to help administrators, and he fights for teachers, and he argues for us so much. And I feel like the tweet that he put, it's been a while. It's back, at the end of August, not too long ago. But he said, "Teachers, you are working from home, but you're working during a pandemic. Just because you're home doesn't mean you're available or need to work 24/7. I know you will make adjustments for students, families, but make time for your family too, even if it is just you." So, whether we're in a pandemic or not, there's so many people. And this leads me to my first tip that I got from a great teacher when I first started teaching, is set a time to leave the school and leave at that time every single day. Whether if your school lets out at 3:30, whatever time that you get to leave, I understand that we have things that come up and deadlines and things like that. I should preface this by saying, everything does matter depending on what your administrators say and do. So obviously you have to do what's best for you to keep your job. But I would think most administrators nowadays understand the value of family time, and if not, they're getting trained in that. It's so common. Like I said, Dr. Brad Johnson, he's got thousands of subscribers on Twitter. So he's making a difference, and there's more out there like him. He's just one of my favorites. But set a time to leave, and leave at that time. Don't overbear yourself by staying at the school too late. You're going to be less stressed. You're going to be happier. And, I know that's asking a lot for some of you, but I promise it will make your life better. It did for me, and I took that advice from actually a teacher that I got during my student teaching. Tip number 2, all right? So I did that tip first for a reason, because tip number 2 can help you get to that point. Is don't, this is great, a different teacher, but this teacher also told me something amazing. Don't grade everything. And in fact, they even talked about this in college. A big thing now is formative assessments versus summative assessments. So formative assessments don't have to be graded. You are if you're a teacher, and if you're a teacher right now, you obviously really care about your work, or you wouldn't be in this situation. But teachers, right, we're trained to do so many different things. when I walk around the classroom or when I'm looking at a student's work during a lesson, or I'm paying attention to the social cues and things like that, I can tell and I can have a grasp of what a kid's picking up on and what they're not. So and deep down, you have that feeling. I know. Just ask yourself this: how many times have you gave an assessment of some sort or some kind of homework assignment, and before you ever graded it, you knew what the grades were going to look like, and sure enough, you were right. So you already knew kind of where they were at. You didn't have to spend 2 hours grading papers to put a grade in the grade book. You don't need that. And kids need to understand that there's more value to learning and education than just grades. And so that was a great bit of advice that I got, and I hope that can help you as well. The third and final tip is collaboration among your peers. So many of you know each other. I got friends that I went to college with that I still talk to. I have great coworkers right now, some of the best teachers that I've ever been around. And it's helped me tremendously when we collaborate and talk to each other. Do we see everything eye to eye? No, we certainly don't. But having those conversations, I've learned so much from them. I doubt that I give much to the relationship, but I'm just very thankful when you talk to other people and you collaborate with each other. Me being a math teacher, it's been so helpful to collaborate. I have a friend that teaches the same subject as me at a different school. And even though it's a different school, we have different kids. Like, we bounce ideas off each other, and it helps so much to give us that great communication and that great wall. Sometimes, just talking to someone else can help you realize your idea might not work the way you thought it would before you go make a disaster in front of 20 kids. So collaboration. So that's it. That's the 3 tips. Set a time to leave work. That's the best tip I can give you. To help you do that, don't grade as many papers. All right? Just grade a few here and there. You know if your kids are getting it or not. You absolutely know that. You don't have to grade everything they do in order for them to be successful. And tip number 3 is use your coworkers. Y'all, it is so hard to work at a place where you don't agree with each other and you can't even talk to each other. Just get past all that. I didn't realize how great it was to have people to bounce ideas off of until I was in that situation. So try to instigate it. Like I said, a lot of this depends on your admins. People, obviously you got to do what you got to do to keep a job. But if you can ever get these 3 things down, you can live a much happier life as an educator, and it will still be rewarding because you will still see growth in your kids. Hope this has helped. It's a little bit different than the videos I normally do, but I've just seen so much on Twitter and Facebook right now. So many people stressed out, so many people reaching out and needing help with this or that. And I hope that just this little bit of information can help you have a great and successful school year. Good luck. If I can help you with anything, Google form link down below. I'll add it to my list or shoot me an email. And if you enjoyed this video, please share it with a colleague. Maybe it'll help them too. Subscribe to the channel and if you need some more tips or tricks, there's some videos at the end that can help you out. Good luck this year and happy teaching.